So my name is Elyse Dickerson, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Eosera Inc. I spent most of my career at Alcon Labs, and after about 13 years, left with my co-founder, who spent 15 years at Alcon, and he and I started our company in 2015. We set out with a bunch of ideas, but nothing in particular, and spent the first 3 months just talking to doctors, trying to understand what were some unmet medical needs that potentially we could fulfill. At the same time, we met the people at Tech Fort Worth and decided to become members of Tech Fort Worth, which opened up a huge amount of resources to us, including mentors and access to the labs at UNT Health Science Center. So we spent the next 9 months in the lab at UNT Health Science Center formulating a product for earwax impaction, because that is what doctors told us a problem that they saw all the time that needed to be solved. So we harvested human wax from local doctors and formulated over 200 formulations until we found something that worked to dissolve wax rapidly and safely. Once we had that, we decided we wanted to conduct a human clinical trial. And so I entered a business pitch competition that was hosted by Comerica Bank and the DEC, the Dallas Entrepreneurial Center. And the prize was $50,000. Happened to win that pitch competition, and we used that money to launch our human clinical trial. Once we had the human clinical data in hand, we were ready to commercialize our first product, which was called EARWAX MD. And we raised money from investors, mostly Dallas-Fort Worth investors, but some from other parts of the United States, and used that money to scale up and eventually launch. Our first major retailer was CVS, and we launched in 8,000 CVS stores chain-wide. We also launched on Amazon and on our own website. Fast forward to today, we now have an entire line of ear care products carried in almost 14,000 stores, and we're continuing to innovate and develop new products. And I think if we knew what we were going to have to learn, we might have never started. But it's a journey where you just keep one foot in front of the other to figure out, and that's one thing that Tech Fort Worth was so amazing at, is providing us mentors and resources to fill gaps that my business partner and I didn't already have in our repertoire. So we're starting to branch out into other areas. Our goal in the next 5 years is to continue to expand distribution of our ear care line, but then also expand into the nasal category and other categories that we see gaps in. So we learned about BioNor Texas when we first started our company, and we have known members of that staff since the inception of Eosera in 2015, and became members several years ago, and continue to enjoy the educational opportunities that it presents and the networking it presents.